Hey guys, DPD here. So this right here is the 1/4 scale Tifa Lockhart statue by O2 Studios and NeoClassicism. So there was two versions of this. There was the standard version, which came with the statue itself and obviously the clothes and everything. And then there was the extreme version, which allowed you to disrobe Tifa and have her completely nude, you know, if you want to display her in all of her glory. It also came with a better paint job and glass eyes. It was just a better version of it overall. And so I ordered the extreme version, of course, which ended up adding up to like 800 something when you include shipping and taxes and all that stuff. So now the question is, was this worth almost $1,000? I don't know. I haven't opened this up yet. You know, I've seen pictures of it online and the pictures were amazing, right? So let me just show you a quick slideshow of what Tifa is supposed to look like, right? So this is how the statue is supposed to look like right here. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, right? You know, very detailed. Her face is super pretty. Her body proportions, right? Amazing, super sexy. The clothing designs, you know, looks very, very, very high quality, right? So now the question is the product itself high quality? Okay, now we're gonna open this up. I haven't taken a peek at all, you know, so I have no idea. But let's check it out, right? Let me just try to bring it a little closer. Over here it says Fighting Goddess, you know, and then the O2 Studios logo, and then Tifa Lockhart from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So on the bottom it says 7 Remake on here, and the rest of the box is pretty plain. There's nothing else around it, just a plain black box. You could have the flap open in the front here, so let's open this up. There's a little thing here, and when you open it, we have, okay, so we have product instruction manual. Ugh. So yeah, we have a bunch of pieces there. It looks like it actually comes in two heads. So there's 2 heads. There's a couple of body parts here on the bottom. Here are all the pieces for the base. And then we also have the final look. So this is what Tifa is supposed to look like, right? Everyone knows what Tifa looks like, but this is what the statue looks like. She looks amazing, right? She looks amazing. But again, you know, let's see if the statue itself looks like what they show here, right? Hopefully it does, because by the look of things, this is supposed to look amazing, right? This is supposed to look amazing. So everything is packaged really nicely. They even got these like secure straps here, so you know, during the shipping, it's quite the trip, you know, overseas, you know, and oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, the Velcro is loud. I'm sorry, the audio is probably like. Let's remove these Velcro straps here, and then let's open the top, shall we? I am so scared right now. I'm really hoping that this looks good, because there have been some dolls and statues that I purchased and some of my friends have purchased, and they didn't turn out the way they were supposed to. You know, I have some high hopes here, so hopefully it looks good. Oh, wow. All right, she looks good. She looks really good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Some of the parts here are a little nude, and I don't know if YouTube is gonna demonetize me or anything if I show some skin. Obviously, if I show some, like, vagina or some, you know, nipple or whatever, I probably might get flagged, but let's try to avoid this. There's some nude pieces here, like this one right here. I'm gonna just take it out. This is the base. Oh yeah, you can totally see some vagina, but let's cover the bits. All right, so here is the statue itself. So this is, yeah, this piece is completely nude. I'm just gonna do this, right? So this is the top piece. So once again, this is a 1/4 scale. This is fairly tall, right? This is a 1/4 of Tifa's size. It's taller than a foot long. It's like a 1.5 foot tall, minus the base or anything, but it looks pretty good. You know, you have to attach the boobs up in the front and the head piece here, but like overall, you know, looks pretty good. She got toned abs. Yeah, I'm gonna cover her butt crack. Overall, very nicely shaped, right? I like the body already. So this is a good sign. This is a good sign. And now let's look at the heads, right? There's 2 heads. I'm assuming the 2 heads that I got, one of them is the head with the glass eyes, so it gives some depth, some like, you know, glistening to the eyes, because you know, if you were to ever look at a real person's eye, there is some moisture, there's some glistening, so I think that's the effect they're trying to give off. And then we have the other head here that's just painted on. Let's take a look at both and then see if there's any real differences on the heads, okay? All right, so these are both of the heads. It looks like little Tifa spermies or something, like flying around, or like little head mermaids. Anyways, yeah. All right, so this is the first head right here. This is the first Tifa head. She looks really good, right? It looks like Tifa in the illustration and in the design. So the only problem I see with the head is that there's some glue on top of the hair here. So that's easy to remedy. Just, you know, wet a towel or a Q-tip and just wipe it off. There's not so much glue on the top right here, you know, but you know, it's not a problem. The head is really, really good. The paint job is really spot on. The ears here, the mold perfectly shaped the ears, so it looks like they had no problem with the mold. The lips and the nose, you know, it looks like Tifa from the remake. You know, there's nothing wrong, no like blemishes, no manufacturer defections that I see in the hair, you know, minus the glue that's like on top of the head here, but again, that's easy to fix. Overall, really good. And then the second head, you know, same face. The only difference though are the eyes. You can see the eyes, the pupils here are a lot bigger, so it gives you a much more like anime look, right? The head shape for both are the same, but the only difference is the pupils itself. But yeah, that's basically it. The hair, exactly the same, you know, both the hair molds and the bangs. So both heads, yeah, exactly the same. The only difference, once again, is the eyes. So some other pieces we have here. She has her bare chest piece. So for whatever reason, if you want to show her like nude and you want to display her, you know, naked for whatever reason in your living room, you could do that. You could, you know, she has her bare chest piece here. Alternatively, she also has her chest piece with her top on. So you have a choice, you know, you could have her completely naked right here, or you could have her with her white tank top. So either one. You also have both her skirt pieces right here. So this is the back of the skirt, this is the front of the skirt. You have to apply them here. This other piece, this is the suspenders, or the little strap that goes around her shoulders, or shoulder straps. This is already shaped because this isn't actual fabric. I thought it was going to be actual fabric or some type of leather piece or some type of cloth, but unfortunately it is not. It is a plastic mold that you just wrap around her shoulders. Next, you have both of her arms. So you have her right arm and her left arm. The details are pretty amazing. You kind of see all the metal pieces and the weathering, the cracks in the gauntlets as well inside of the metal. You know, the metal also has a nice shimmer and luster to it, as well as the rest of the glove. You know, look, the glove being like, you know, most likely like a leather material. I mean, this isn't made out of leather, obviously, but I like how they add some type of varnish or some type of glossy paint job at the paint finish on the glove to give it that, you know, realistic appeal that is like metal or leather. Also the same thing for here, while the rest of it, you could see the rest of the glove is a matte finish. So those details are very, very appreciated. How like certain, depending on the material that the piece of clothing is supposed to be, you know, they give it a nice shining finish here to give it that luster, while some pieces like cloth are a matte finish, right? So everything, you know, you can see some parts that shine off of the light and some parts that don't. Another thing here is like she has some painted fingernails. I don't recall Tifa having nail polish, but you know, that, I guess whatever, that's fine. It's a nice little detail that they added here. Overall, these arms look really, really good. I can't wait to put these on. And then the last piece here is another neck piece. Okay, and then the last piece off of the Tifa statue is this neck piece, right? So once again, you know, if you want to go and make Tifa nude for whatever reason, you could go with this like booby piece, which automatically comes with the neck here, or you could apply this chest piece for her cloth. And if you gotta use this, then, you know, she has no neck, you're gonna have to apply this, which kind of sits right here, you know? So it sits right here like so, okay? So yeah, now that we, you know, talked about all the separate pieces of the statue itself, let's go ahead and put it together. Let me see if I'm missing any pieces, right?
12 seconds later.
So yeah, the one thing that I noticed about this entire statue is that she doesn't have any underwear. So once you put the skirt on, it's supposed to cover her private area, right? The problem is if you look under the skirt, this Tifa statue is completely butt naked nude, as you can see here. Butt naked, right? The only thing that's covering her you know, bits are the skirts, but there's no underwear. There's no underwear to the skirt. If you assemble this entire statue and you look under her skirt, you could see her vagina. But like, yeah, we're not gonna show that, so obviously I don't want to get demonetized here. I just want to assemble this statue and show you guys. All right, the first thing we're gonna connect is the neck and her boobies. All right. So what's great about this statue is that we don't have to shove every single piece inside of the main base. What's great is that each of these little pieces have a magnet in them. There's magnets in each piece. All you have to do is just slightly press this, or not even press it. You just have to place it there, and it just snaps. Right? Look at that. And so now we have Tifa's titties out, right? Very, very cool. Once again, there is a little metal piece right here. We're just gonna put it right here nice and slowly, and we're gonna have that connect. Very, very cool, right? Very easy. And now we're gonna add the head. So we're gonna add that just like that. So boom, we already have Tifa's head in place. She already looks pretty great, right? So now we're gonna add her shoulder straps, which I can't do because I already put on the head. So let me remove the head. So there's little holes here for the shoulder straps that go around her arms like so. Okay, now we could put the head back. All right, so there you go, right? Very, very nice. All right, next, let's put on the skirts because I'm tired of covering her vagina. So the skirt is perfectly molded to go around her butt. Like if you look at the mold on the skirt, there are some curvatures inside of the skirt that's supposed to place very, very firmly onto her butt. So it's supposed to just fit right there, nice and tight. And then let's use the front of the skirt to finally cover this vagina that I've been trying to censor off of this video. There's also these right here. There's little nubs right here that connects to the back of the skirt to keep it nice and firmly pressed onto her body. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I think we did it. We finally fit the skirt on Tifa. Nope, it didn't. It snapped right there. It's her ass too big. She's too thick, man. She can't fit in this skirt. This skirt's too small.
One eternity later.
All right, there we go. We finally did it. So the skirt's on. So the skirt's finally on Tifa. I don't know why they decided not to give the option to give her underwear because I'm not gonna show you guys, but you could see her vagina. You could straight up see her vagina right there. I'm gonna censor this on the video, but yeah, you could just straight up see her everything, all of her glory, Tifa and all of her glory down there. But yeah, overall so far it's looking pretty good. Okay, let's put on the arms. So again, these arms are really easy to put on because of the magnetic base that's on it. So we're just gonna put this one simply right there, and we're gonna put the last arm over here, which her arm is supposed to rest right under her breasts. There we go. So there it is. That is the statue. The statue is looking amazing. Look at that, right? Her boobies just sitting right on her arm right here. Nicely toned abs, right? Nice, thick, juicy booty right here, right? And then you have the long legs, right? Pretty awesome statue so far. But now let's work on the base and let's finish this up, all right? Okay, so what's cool here, we have I guess this is a little card of a certificate of authentication. So this tells you that this is an authentic art piece right here. So what it says is Tifa Lockhart in katakana right here in Japanese, and then it says 1/4 proportion. I have number 222 out of 332 pieces. So there's a total of 332 pieces of this statue in the world, and I have number 222. So there's very, very few of these. So I'm really lucky that I was able to get this because this sold out right away. Now let's go and connect the base here. I'm really excited. There are a bunch of pieces. I'm just gonna flip the box real quick just so you can see there's a whole bunch of pieces to the base here. And yeah, let's put it together and let's see what she looks like standing on her awesome platform, okay? I'm gonna look at the instructions right now. So the first piece, we need the bottom. So the bottom piece is the first piece that we're going to take out. So this is the reason why the box is so heavy. This is probably a good 3 pounds. That's heavy, right? On the front, it says Tifa Lockhart in the font style of the Final Fantasy VII logo. So it has her name right here. Again, this is a very, very heavy piece. Very solid, you can hear that. This is very metallic, a lot of metallic colors. There's some copper right here, some brown, but mostly a lot of grays and silvers and black, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna have to find certain pieces to fit in here. I don't know which ones they are, so let's see. Alright guys, we have the base here, and now let's finally put the cherry on top, the main featurette of this entire piece, Tifa Lockhart herself. So she has her own little holes here that you just place her on top of. Slowly place her on the base, alright? And it's in! Alright, and here is Tifa in all her glory. Look how she stands on top of this base. Oh, she's beautiful, guys. She looks amazing. Look at her, guys. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. All the little details. Once again, we're not gonna look up her skirt. I know we usually do panty shots in these videos, but we're not going to because she has no underwear on. So let's not do that. She's nice and tall. She doesn't even really fit into frame. The skirt looks amazing. You can see like the ab work over here, nice sculpt, and I love the booby physics. Like they don't just look like balls, right? They don't look like bowling balls or watermelons. They look like they have some, you know, gravitas, right? They have some weight to them, right? Really nice. Her face, oh, she looks so gorgeous, man, with her hair flowing into the wind. Overall, yeah, this statue looks amazing. And also, look at these socks, right? Look at these socks. They look like it could actually be fabric, right? But it's not. It's just a mold. Each individual like strand, each little individual, like, look at that. It's not a solid like flat piece for her stockings or her socks or whatever they are, the thigh highs. It looks like there's like ribbing on them, you know? They go straight down, up and down, and even like the little elastic top on the very end, they look legit. They look like actual clothing, and it's the same thing you could say about her top here. You know, the top, her tank top. The way the paint and the sculpt actually makes, you know, some texture. It looks like cloth, but obviously let me touch little boobies here, or her big boobies here. Yeah, they are a solid piece. So they did a really amazing job with the sculpt. And we could also say the same thing about her arm sleeves. Look at her arm sleeves, guys. Her arm sleeves, it looks like the same like cloth texture that they wanted to have on the thigh highs. So they do a really good job of having the same texture here. And next, let's talk about the leather skirt. Look at this. Look at the texture on the skirt, guys. It's not just a flat piece. You know, it's not solid or smooth. You could see some weathering. You could see some texture. Look at this. And I'm gonna touch it, and I'm scratching it right now, and it seems like the texture is almost fine. It's super. It's almost flat here, but I don't know what they did here. If it's a paint job, or maybe there's some really small like embosses into the skirt. And look at the different parts of the skirt, from like this texture here, this texture up here, to like the top over here and the belt. Like there's so many different layers on the skirt itself that it gives it so much dimension, and it makes it very lifelike looking. And what's crazy is that none of it is cloth. This whole thing is solid. This is one solid piece, as well as the back. And speaking of the back, let's take a look at her back here. So we didn't even talk about the hair, right? Look at the hair. Look at every single strand. It makes it look like CGI came to life. Because I know a lot of anime statues, you know, they tend to be very flat, as you know, as anime is. Anime is a very flat art form, and you can see here that this almost looks like CGI came out to life. Look at every single voluminous strand. The way it defies gravity looks really amazing. And then, oh my god, her booty. Let's talk about her booty. Nice and voluptuous. Again, like, she has no underwear, but we can't see any private parts. But yeah, there's a nice butt shot here. But yeah, overall, amazing piece, right? So my final verdict of this, you know, this is a very beautiful piece. You know, if you are a huge Tifa Lockhart, you know, fan, if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, I do think, you know, this is a must-have, especially if you have the funds to purchase this. You know, this costs around $700-ish without tax or shipping. Total, this cost me around $815 bucks. Is it worth it? I think it is. I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. You know, I love Final Fantasy VII. I love Tifa Lockhart, especially if you guys have been watching my Final Fantasy VII remake Let's Plays, which I'm playing right now on the PS5. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII remake right now on Twitch. I love her. Whenever she comes on screen, I just smile and I just glow, right? I love seeing her on screen. The way they portrayed this new version of Tifa is just phenomenal, and I love her. I loved her then, I love her now. I love the design of this, but the only thing though, which isn't a problem, but is kind of a problem, is that she doesn't look exactly how she was supposed to look in the initial like tease, right? So she was supposed to look like this. considering this is fairly damn close, right? And this looks phenomenal. You know, if you're deciding to get this or search for it online, it's going to be very, very hard. There's only like 300 and so pieces of this. This is very, very rare. You know, I was already lucky enough to purchase this and cop this before it sold out, and it sold out with under like 15 minutes. But yeah, overall, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 statue. I can't wait to display this. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.